Yo, YouTube, it's your boy Philo B. I am Philo, and I'm coming to you again with another NBA 2K21 player build. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and let's jump straight into the video. So, the NBA player I'm going to be bringing to you guys today is kind of a strange one, right? Reason I say a strange one is because he was dubbed the next king. People say, hey, he's the next in line, but year after year, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that he doesn't have the drive or if he just needs more time, but it just seems like he's getting further and further away from that notion and that comparison, and that player is going to be Ben Simmons. But as I did in my previous video, I'm going to show you two different ways to make what I think Ben Simmons is, because you guys know it's impossible for us to replicate these players completely, so this is all strictly preference. So once again, if you guys see anything better, be sure to let me know down in the comments, and let's jump straight into it. So pie chart. The pie chart I felt like going with was the one that is half playmaking and half slashing. But let's pause right here. I understand that you cannot get Ben Simmons' actual height by making a point guard. The reason we're also making a point guard build is because I truly believe that you can run point guard at any position, right? But you have to have teammates that buy into it. But for some of us that run with randoms, if you're not actually listed as the point guard, the randoms will not recognize you as the point guard. So we're gonna make a point guard version just in case you're running with randoms and you actually need people to know and establish that you're the point guard. So if you guys didn't see that, I went with the speed chart as usual. So jumping on into our attributes, right? And like I said, this is all strictly preference. For the close shot, we're gonna put it up to about an 80, because we know Ben Simmons like to play around the rim. We're gonna max out the driving layup, and of course we're gonna max out his driving dunk. For his shot, we're gonna max out the mid-range, the three-pointer, and the free throw. And I know what you guys are saying, why are you maxing out the three-pointer? Ben Simmons doesn't have a three-pointer, but it's fine, guys, just trust me. For his passing accuracy, we're gonna put it up to 73. I know Ben Simmons is a really good passer, but in this game, you really don't need too much passing accuracy anyway to be able to pass really well. And we know that you have to sacrifice some things in this game. And of course, we're gonna max out the ball handling. Then we're gonna move on to the defense. We're gonna max out the defensive rebound, the offensive rebound, and we're gonna max out the steal. Gonna max out the lateral quickness and the perimeter defense, and then we're gonna put that interior up to about a 47. And if you did that correctly, you'll have 16 finishing, 9 shooting, 16 playmaking, and 9 defensive. Moving on to the body shape. You guys know I love burly, but Ben Simmons has a built lean type of body shape, so we're gonna go with built. For his height, this is the part I was just talking about. I know that you cannot get his actual height, so we're just gonna make him 6'8". For his weight, Ben Simmons weighs 240 pounds, but you can't get that size at the point guard position. So just for the sake of it and for the sake of the video, we're gonna go with 211, just because I feel like that's the most weight you can get without compromising that speed. And then moving on to the wingspan. Of course, you guys know we're gonna max out the wingspan completely. So looking at this player, right? This player is gonna be 6'8". You have an 83 close shot, 84 driving layup, 85 driving dunk. You got a 63 pointer. Maybe you'll be able to hit with that, maybe not. That's 67 mid-range. If you get shooting badges and you got a player that's running Hall of Fame floor general or dimer, you will be able to knock down your middies. The ball handle, 72 will do just fine with the speed and the acceleration and your contact dunks, and then your defense isn't too shabby either. The thing that I cared about most with this is the contact dunks. I wanted to make sure that Ben Simmons was able to dunk on his opponents right off the bat, because that playmaking and that finishing is really what's gonna be, you know, the bread and butter of this build. Takeover is strictly preference. You could go with lockdown or you could go with slashing, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna go with slashing. And if you did that correctly, you'll come out with a pure slasher. As I always say, shades of really don't mean anything. So let's move on to those badges. And I want you guys to remember, right, that 72 ball control. You might say, hey, that 72 ball control don't get me far, but if you look, you have Hall of Fame playmaking. On top of that, you also have Hall of Fame slashing. I always tell you guys these badges are strictly preference, so you guys know what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go Hall of Fame contact finisher. Y'all know I love me some fancy footwork. I'll put Relentless on gold, and then I will put Slithery on gold, and I'll use my last 2 silvers on Acrobat. Moving on to the shooting, just for the sake of the video, I'll go Range Extender on gold. I know what you guys are thinking. I'll go Hot Zone Hunter on gold, and I'll go Flexible Release just because I'm trying to do everything I can to help this player become a better shooter. Another combination with the shooting that you could do if you really wanted to: Flexible on silver, Hot Zone on silver, and then that catch and shoot to give yourself a boost off the catch and the shoot. Moving on to playmaking, I'm gonna start with Floor General Hall of Fame. Right off the bat, you guys know I love to boost the attributes of my teammates and make them better. I'm gonna go Hall of Fame Quick First Step, Hall of Fame Space Creator, and then I will use my last 4 Hall of Fames on. I'm not really a guy for Unpluckable. So I'm gonna go 2 for Handles for Days and then 2 for Unpluckable just for the sake of the video. And defensive, guys know strictly preference, but me, I'm gonna go gold clamps, I'm gonna go gold intimidator, and then I'm gonna go gold pogo stick. And that's gonna complete the first part of the build. Once again, this is all preference. If you guys know a better point guard Ben Simmons build, be sure to let me know down in the comment section, and I'm gonna jump straight into the second version of this Ben Simmons build. Moving on to the second version of the Ben Simmons build. We're gonna keep everything the same, you know, power forward, left-handed, jersey number 25. But I thought to myself, what pie chart am I gonna use? Because I didn't just want to use the same pie chart to make him at a power forward position, because that really won't help anything. So the pie chart that I decided to go with was half finishing and half defensive. As usual, you guys know I'm gonna go with that speed pie chart, and this honestly at the moment is one of the most used and most overpowered builds in the game, so this will probably be the version that most people run with. So jumping into that, we're gonna max out that close shot, gonna max out that driving layup and the driving dunk. We're gonna move on to the shooting. For the shooting, we're only gonna max out the mid-range, not the three-pointer, and then the free throw, because we want to try to pop some middies, and we need our free throw. So if we're playing pro AM, other things of that nature, right? Park, whatever, my career, whatever. Moving on to playmaking, we're gonna put the passing accuracy up to about a 49. Like I said, you really don't need too much of a passing accuracy to be able to pass really well in this game. And then with this build right here, you're probably not going to be doing much passing anyway. You're going to be killing the person that's in front of you. Going to max out the ball handle as usual, and we're going to put our post moves up to a 72 and max that out. Lastly, the defense. We're going to max out that defensive rebound. We're going to put the offensive rebound up to about a 78. We're going to max out the block, max out the steal, the lateral quickness, the perimeter defense, and then we're going to put that interior up to a 72. Moving on to the body shape. Once again, we're going to go built from Ben Simmons. Now the height. Ben Simmons, his height in real life is in between the 6'9", 6'10" mark. It depends on if you're, measuring him with or without shoes, but I looked at the 6'10". Pay attention to that. At 6'10", your driving dunk literally goes down -7. And I did not want you guys to take a hit like that, because that's not a hit that I would want to take. So I opted to go 6'9". 6'10", you just lose way too much. Look at the ball control. You lose -7. It's not worth it. Go 6'10". With the wingspan we're gonna have, no one will even know the difference, right guys? So we're gonna go 6'9" for his weight. We're gonna give him his listed weight of 240 pounds, and we're gonna max out the wingspan. So pausing, if you look at that, you'll have a 93 close shot, 77 driving layup, which is more than enough, an overpowered 91 driving dunk, right? With the 61 ball handle, but look at that defense. 88 defensive, 83 offensive, 90 block, 72 steal. You can still guard the perimeter, and you can guard on the inside. So at this point, you will most likely be able to guard positions 1 through 5 if you know what you're doing. And if you did all of that correctly, you'll have these 3 takeovers. Takeover, strictly preference as I always say, but since this is Ben Simmons, I'm gonna go with slash and takeover. And if you did that correctly, you get the overpowered build of a glass cleaning finisher. And most people are running this build today, so let's jump into the badges. I didn't say the badge count during the video, and that's my apologies, but the badge count, if you did it correctly, will be 17 finishing, 1 shooting, 9 playmaking, 20 defensive, right? So moving on, if you look at your badges, you'll see that you get not only finishing Hall of Fame, but you also get defensive Hall of Fame. And like I said, badges are strictly preference. This is just what I think work. And with both builds, on the flip side, you do get Hall of Fame finishing for both. So I'm gonna go Hall of Fame contact, and we got a lot to work with. Hall of Fame fancy, Hall of Fame relentless, but I normally go gold relentless, to be honest. As a matter of fact, I'll go gold relentless this time, and you'll see why in a second. I'll go gold slithery, and then I can use my last little 3 on gold. Now you can use Giant Slayer, but I typically don't because I feel like you don't need it. You can use fast break finisher, consistent finisher. It's so much you can use, but me personally, I'm gonna go with acrobat just because I want to be nice big, and I want to be able to be acrobatic with this Ben Simmons build. Moving on to the shooting, you just got the 1 shooting badge. So me, I'm just gonna throw it on catch and shoot. You put it on whatever you want. For the playmaking now, I'm gonna go gold quick first step. I'm gonna go gold unpluckable, and then I'll put my last 3 on maybe downhill, because I feel like this is gonna be a build that comes right off the break, right off the inbound and takeoff. You might want to put it on break starter, but I might just put it on downhill for now, just for the sake of the video. For defensive, I gotta go Hall of Fame defensive leader. If you guys have watched my other videos, you've heard me say in the past, favorite 2 builds in the game are builds that can get, you know, Hall of Fame playmaking or either Hall of Fame defensive. Reason why? Favorite 2 badges in the game are Hall of Fame defensive leader and Hall of Fame floor general, because I love boosting my teammates up on offense and defense. I'm gonna go Hall of Fame intimidator, Hall of Fame pogo. I'll go Hall of Fame rebound chaser, and then there's so much. You could go interceptor, you could go rim protector, you go chase down artist, you go clamps. But honestly, since I might be guarding the big man with this build, because you can guard positions 1 through 5, I'll go Hall of Fame post move lockdown. And that right there is going to complete the build. Remember, this is all strictly preference. If you know a better Ben Simmons build, be sure to let me know. And also, let me know what you guys want to see next. And I'm out of here. Peace.